think ONIC now will just go for a strong marksman, maybe a carry actually, or a Granger, and close it out with. And they're gonna be fine with that.
I would like to see what they pick, but it looks like we're gonna have to wait till we get in the game, Wolf. But yes, it makes sense with what I feel like it makes sense with where DFYG wanted to go with their draft again, prioritizing the Barretts. It's like I don't know. I don't know, especially about the Leo Mord, man. We saw this yesterday. It was shut down really hard, and that was in the hands of Rune Eaters when they brought it out in game 1 or 2, one of those. But the same thing. It was shut down really hard, and so Zhao's gonna have to make some magic happen. I almost would have rather seen him maybe pick up utility, you know, like an Akai or something, at least compete into the objectives, but that doesn't happen here. Let's see if this is going to be good enough. I think regardless of whatever Kelra picked, those first 4 picks already that ONIC had should give them a good time going into game 2.
Yeah. Overall, I want to say something smart, but I don't know what the last pick is. It really, the composition, on our judgment of the composition of ONIC will always be dependent on that last pick, as well as Leo Mord. Thinking about the Leo Mord, already dealing with the Atlas is already a problem, but I guess the idea is you have someone else to tank and soak the damage before, soak the stun before you go in, soak the frigid breath. Maybe force out the fatal links before you go in, and then when you do go in, you have so much damage. But what is the hero that can force that out? They only have the Barretts, which I feel like is a very strong hero, very tanky hero, but will not be able to tank on its own. It has to have a backup with it. What did they go for their roam? It was the roamer was it
for DFYG?
Yeah. They went in for the Farsa Mord.
Yeah, Farsa Mord, the last 2 picks. They had the Barretts. And they had the...
What can I remember their roam?
I'm not sure if they were like thrown... If they were mixed up or not, just because the draft.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I don't know, because I don't know if
you're right.
If that was a roam Barretts or something, like, because it didn't make sense, right? They had Farsa Valentina is what showed.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so
I'm not sure if that's correct. Yeah, that's why.
So I have to wait for it for sure. So
because yeah, I don't even think the switches happen, so I just don't know. I don't think it'd be unless they're trying something new, you know what I mean? Like, unless they're trying something with a Rome Valentina or something else. But that's probably why we're taking a little bit of taking a minute here to get to this game, just because I don't know. It shouldn't be a redraft or anything, but I think we'll actually see what the entire draft was, because even as ONIC's last pick, we weren't able to see it just yet. So we'll wait till we jump into the game and end up see what happens here. But yeah, I think nonetheless, if you just kind of go back to what DFYG needs to change, it would still be that concept. No matter what was picked, it was just, you know, not letting ONIC kind of take this away, because they start so strong and fast, and then they take it out of the opponent's hands here, and that's what ONIC has done really well.
If ONIC eventually picked up the Jushin, I think that makes sense. I think it's a hero that they really like to play, and it has good synergy with the Atlas, because there's just so much slows, so much stuns, and eventual control in the middle that you have. So I think that's actually a good way to
here we go.
deal with it. Okay, we are indeed going, so we do see the Farsa.
Wait, it is a Rome Valentina, man. They're doing a Rome Valentina with a Farsa. So it was right. They're just trying something new from DFYG. And counter on the Granger.
Yeah, they do pick up the Granger, so we did call it, but oh my, DFYG. I hope you're cooking. I hope we are wrong.
Let them cook, man. Let them cook.
I hope I'm
I don't know
wrong
how
when I
cooked
say
they're going to
this,
be.
brother. Yeah, I hope I will be wrong here. But I would say that this is impossible to win against ONIC.
It might be impossible enough, Wolf, and cooked enough that somehow it gets them to a game 3. I don't know, but I think that's what DFYG is hoping for, and that's what everybody rooting for them is hoping for here. It's just one of those things where it's a cheese strat. It's essentially that, and it can get punished really hard to the point where this is just going to be one of the fastest games that we see here in Games of the Future, because it's still up to the point of what is Leomore going to be able to do for Zhao? You can see this, right? They're going to fast rotate, but it's to Loopy. Even with the Rockets here, Loopy, even without level 4, it doesn't matter. He is a Uranus. This is not a lane that's going to be easy to gank.
I don't like what I'm seeing, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm thinking about so many things. Wow, how this could work. There was a time where the Jushin was put in the roam. I wanted to recall the time where Valentina was valid in the roam, because there was a meta game where we can actually put mages in the roam, like your Kadita, your Novaria, your Selena, your Rafaela at a certain point. Well, it is still visible in that regard. Look at this, the initiate, and Sans will fall.
Sans is going to fall. He even popped the Purify, so that's a good start for DFYG. They pick the kill mid. This should be a turtle for them too, so, you know, they're turning the fire on, man. They're slowly cooking at this point. The turtle secured. Meanwhile, in the gold lane too, Kelra could be in trouble here. Feathered Airstrike dropped down. Also a fight in the jungle. Kelra looks like he's still able to survive so far with a sliver of health, but finally, Lung gets the kill. ONIC down 2 deaths.
Yeah. Okay. We're seeing a lot of promise here for DFYG, but it's mainly based on their movements. And I would credit FishGod for this. And what I feel like about for DFYG is that FishGod has been pivotal to their success. And I feel like if you are DFYG, you should look to utilizing DFYG FishGod more.
Wow. They just deleted Kyrie too. It looks like they're going to keep on going to the pressure. There's the Fatal Links being used. Lung right on target. And man, DFYG is making it happen. Forget what we said earlier on. It's working for now. I think the main question is, can DFYG continue putting the pressure this way to ONIC with this unique lineup?
Yeah. Well, they should. And that's the thing with the Leomore. They can snowball really hard in the early stages, especially if you're backed up with the Barretts that's confident. Again, FishGod, really good player, pivotal to the wins of DFYG. DFYG looks good when FishGod is looking good, and I feel like if it's given this kind of hero, very strong in the meta, can actually facilitate for early game team fights, you're gonna have a good time with your DFYG.
Couple pokes happening here in the mid lane. Keyboy's there. Now that ONIC has felt what DFYG can throw at them, they're going to go ahead and be a little more calculated on this. I feel like stolen Fatal Links here for Zed. Couple first items now being picked up too. The Glowing Wand picked up for E1. You've seen how devastating these Feathered Airstrikes can be when they set it up right away, and there's been, you know, good synergy already with the stolen Fatal Links. And so, again, that might have been a part of the plan here. They saw an Atlas be picked up. Well, we want our own Fatal Links. So Loopy up on that front side. This turtle's going to be worked on, but they don't care. They're just going to give this up. They were looking elsewhere, and they just look to farm up what they can for ONIC.
Yeah. Moving towards the bottom lane. ONIC, if there is a hero that they can look towards when they are down at this rate, is the Granger. And I'm not talking about just how good Kelra can be, but it's mainly because the Granger in general is a hero that, if you just give him a Sky Piercer, is gonna be able to participate in the second and the third turtle, which, if you are playing correctly and if you're getting the kills, you can get the game back to your favor. But it seems like DFYG are not gonna let that happen. Zed, Rome, Valentina 1-0 and 2, making us eat our words about this Valentina.
At least for now, Loopy gives some information. He's going to go ahead and pop the Consecration. Could be in trouble, though. Might even get caught here. Daytona's welcome to the Feather Airstrike. When he pops the Purify. So Loopy Can he survive this? A couple shots, the rockets in there, and he bobs and weaves through. Meanwhile, down to the bottom side, some action in the bottom lane. It looks like Leung burned his blazing duet. Leung goes down bottom lane. There's a bunch happening, and here we go. Zed now going to be in trouble. They feed the kills over to this bottom side. Kelra gets one, and also Kyrie. So that was the trade across the map.
Yeah. It's the middle. Maybe defense for Lutpi. A kill onto Leung is so important because that's a kill onto Kelra. I'm not sure what items he has, but the FYG. Now the Sky Piercer indeed was available before, so they do have a positive trade there, ONIC. Although they will lose their turret, so it's a threat for turret. The fact that a kill and an assist was given to Kelra, it's everything that ONIC needs in this abysmal early game that they have. They're down 2,000. It's going to be the third turtle. It feels like, just judging from the movements of ONIC, they kind of want to contest this upcoming turtle.
Purified burnt by Sans. Seems to be a response to mid lane. Kyrie goes in with the deadly magic right on Yi1. Yi1, even with the wings by wings, will be blasted anyway. Kelra joined the fight. The rest of the team here too. Another trade though happening as Lootbeat goes down. Zhao able to pick up one, and Keyboy has to disengage right now. Oh, nice flicker burn here. Really good initiation from Zed, but they do get the turret. They're going to bring him back. Keyboy looking for a potential angle just to slow them down. He doesn't have a Fatal Lynx. Now he's going to get lined up and shot down. It's a killing spree for the Leomord of Zhao.
Oh, messy fight there for ONIC. They already gave away the turtle. They got a kill onto Yi1, but then they fed one more kill. And I think it was onto Lutpi, who overstayed in the middle, tried to defend. And they did try to defend, only to lose again.
Whoa.
Kyrie, oh, what a shot from Yi1. Not gonna be played by the mind games of Kyrie with some of the stutter steps. Gets the kill. 7-3 in favor of the FYG, and my oh my, this Rome Valentina that we said was impossible is now winning by 4,000 gold in the first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you know, some Kyrie fans in the audience there felt that one, seeing him get feathered airstrike down, and that's a tier 2 that falls, and the orange buff most likely going to be stolen here unless they can stop this from happening. Fish God going up at the front side, feathered airstrike dropping down. It's going to be on Lootby. He pops the Consecrate, but there's the final Fatal Lynx, and now they're trying to get away. But the Phantom Seed comes through, and he's going to clean up Kelra. They're looking for more, and DFYG continues to put the pressure on ONIC.
Ooh. What do you do now if you're ONIC? Well, especially if you lost your Sky Piercer stacks already. That's just a disaster. And ONIC, this is now in a way difficult spot than before because you have a death, a death on your Kelra Granger after the Sky Piercer was bought. And at this point, Lutpi is not as survivable as he is. Going for the Chastise Pauldron. It's good versus both the Leomord as well as the Cod, but I think they also have to worry about the damage output of Yi1 as well as Zed. ONIC, they really need some magic defense soon, but they won't have it in this first Lord.
Yeah, Luffy's just getting shredded down here. Lord's going to go for a bit of a reset. Kelra's just still trying to farm up. This should just be an easy Lord take for DFYG. They can't stumble it here. They're going to be zoned out, and Kyrie gets the Lord, though. A feathered airstrike going to drop down. He tries to get away. Loon goes in with a blazing duet. He's just out of reach, but finally Yi1 will be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, Kelra pushing down that bottom side. Somehow, ONIC finds a glimmer of hope off the retreat from Kyrie.
Somehow, some way, and again, Yi1 unchecked by Kyrie. Kyrie tried to go for another stutter step play once again to kind of dodge some of the fair strike, but Yi1 was just on point in the zone. They do get a kill. I think that the FYG still got the better end of the stick after taking down Kyrie and pushing some lanes. Unfortunately for ONIC though, they have stolen that Lord with Kyrie, and Kelra was able to find a push down the bottom lane. So ONIC will not lose further control of their own jungle unless the FYG's push in the bottom lane is successful.
Oh, Steed used, trying to go for Sans. Sans already popping the beacon here. Still has his Purified. Daytona's Welcome charged up. Lupi could be in trouble. A push up top though. So ONIC has resulted into just playing the map. They know they cannot fight DFYG because of the deficit that they're facing against. And so they have to just go and get what they can. Open up the map here and there, and they've been playing that split push really well. So for DFYG, still maintaining a lead, about 5,000 gold ahead. They have to make sure that it doesn't slip through. They can't let the next Lord get stolen that way. And if they want to adjust something, you saw it earlier, Keyboy just kind of went forward towards Zhao just to push him off enough so that Kairi had an opening. I don't think that's going to happen twice. So right now, but ONIC has bought themselves a couple more minutes to farm up and try to catch up here.
Gonna be good there for ONIC a little bit, but DFYG still managed to control this game. They almost have they almost have that Trinity onto Long. I don't know if I saw that incorrectly, but at 11 minutes 40 with the lead that they have, they should have the Trinity already for them. But anyways, they are poised to take this game. Look at this. Long wants to go for the Rose Gold Meteor, which is, I feel like a good reaction towards what ONIC wants to do, because what can really mess up their late game? It is when Long the Claude is taken out, and the main threat for that one will be Kairi. And if you do secure that item, it means that Kairi will not be able to get you easily, which generally means that, yep, the idea here for ONIC is for DFYG is to make sure that their win conditions are intact.
Yeah, that's one of the things, again, just staying alive, you know, in these fights. So crucial for DFYG not to let this one slip out of their hands. They're very close to getting ONIC to a game 3 here. This Lord is up. DFYG will go ahead and start it up. Kairi over here on this other side. They're handling that bottom lane pushing. Zhao is there too. Waiting for the Phantom Seed if he can go ahead and make this happen. Again, Loopy very low. There it is. Keyboy's gonna go ahead and spot that out. Fish God. Zed has the Fatal Links. Neither team committing to this Lord take just yet.
Good now. DFYG. What are they planning? The push up top is really good for them. Kelra will be the one to answer that. Actually, just using the Death Sonata.
Oh, whoa, Lazy do it.
Calculated.
Lazy do it, going for Sans, low health. Kelra now joining the fight. They're going to go for it anyway. Kairi joining them in this jungle. They're going for it. A Feathered Airstrike's going to be dropping down. There's a Fatal Links. Keyboy is gone, but Kelra gets the shutdown on the jungler. He's going to get a double. That's 2 stacks for his Sky Piercer. And ONIC wins that fight by taking out the jungler of DFYG. They're going to go reset and recalibrate before they decide to go ahead and try to take this Lord if they do.
Kelra playing with their minds. Long lane getting pushed heavily. Kelra went there, just popped the Death Sonata. And you think, if you're DFYG, you saw the icon for the Granger, and you automatically default to, okay, let's fight. But Kelra just popped one ultimate, and now the outplay's coming up from Kelra, almost taking him out, forcing the figure as well.
Oh, he forces Yi1 back. That was so good with the Wings by Wings, but now Keyboy joining. They need the opening here. Lung with the Blazing Duet. Loopy jumps in. He wants to kill him, but Kairi will get the Lord. And now he's shooting down Fish God, taking the Rhapsody shots, and another stack for Kelra. DFYG losing back-to-back Lords.
It's just way too good at it. Oh, and in the entirety of ONIC, they're back in the game because of those Lord fights. And DFYG are inexperienced for that one. And even taking out Zhao back-to-back deaths for the jungler, who is just roaming around, giving away himself to ONIC, giving another Sky Piercer stack. 5, 2, and 3 for Kelra right now. Starting to be a disaster. Now they're back in the game.
Yeah, that's so tough, man. Back-to-back Lords. The first one, a Lord steal from Kairi. The second one, a fight that didn't go their way, resulting into ONIC now getting the space to move around the map here. And yes, you mentioned it, a couple stacks on the Sky Piercer for Kelra. Even more deadly. He's already got a Wind of Nature too. See Halbert locked in. He's got the defensive items that he needs, and that's going to be a problem now, trying to take out Kelra. Divine Glaive for Kairi. They play to catch up, and now they're ahead. ONIC knocking down some of these base turrets here. That bottom one more swing from the Lord will take that out, and they're looking for mid. Here they go, approaching this base. They're going to go for this top side turret, still going to be worked on, but a feathered airstrike keeps ONIC at bay, and they'll back off from there. So once again, ONIC turning it over, gets one base turret down. Now DFYG still chasing. They don't want to get it over. They don't want to overstep. But here they are, still in this game.
ONIC, quite disciplined out there, but you gotta commend DFYG for the defense for a little bit. At this point, there is a world where if you learn what ONIC did in that previous game, you'll understand that DFYG, all they have to do is to be patient. I think that they are still pretty strong in this game because their goal is there as well.
Oh, look at Kyrie. Look at his positioning. He's going to go in from this backside, potentially take the purple too, but he sees this feathered airstrike's already down. Is he going to try to burst down Lung? He's waiting patiently. They have that mid wave pushing in. Conceal was used. They're trying to slow them down here. Kyrie's just going to make his way to that mid turret, push that down further. DFYG is getting scrambled as the base turret goes down. ONIC is just delaying them from going back to the base. Zed holding on to these fatal links. Are they going to go for it? Already, Kelra gets the space he needs. A reaction of what we've seen before, and now he loads up. Zed's gone, gets a double on Fish. He's looking for more. DFYG once again in scrambles as Zhao can't do anything, and it's only Lung versus the full force of ONIC. They're in the base. They have a wave down bot. They're looking to end it here, looking to take out Lung if they can, and they will, as it's a legendary for Kelra. And ONIC will go ahead and work on the crystal, and they will sweep DFYG in this Games of the Future 2026.